know you're getting back to perfect health, but that was some good numbers. Very well done.
All right, in we go in game number 2. This time around, we're going to have Wam channeling the power of the red color. He's going to be playing as the Mongols on the left in red, and right side is also going to be LucifroN playing as the Mongols in yellow. The game is still in Italian, folks, so enjoy some language education here,
Hungarian.
free of charge.
Let's go. We'll put it in whatever language. Every game we'll put it in a different language just for fun.
Imagine if the game would always give you the prompts with the language of the civilization that you're playing with.
Oh god, I would be terrible at ancient Mongolian, I guess. I pride myself on much like yourself being able to speak multiple languages, but goddamn, that's definitely outside of my realm of knowledge.
Alrighty, so Mongol mirrors. It's a very punishing mirror, one of the most punishing ones. And one of the things to it we can always look at is gold mine spawns, because if that's unfortunate for you, you could easily be screwed over. Now, I don't see the gold mine of LucifroN right now. That's a pretty comfy and cozy safe gold. What's more worrisome is the Ovu spot right at the front, very much outside. Oh, look at that though. The other gold mine. Wam's goals aren't very forgiving either.
No. They are definitely exposed in that way. And actually, there's Khan pushing up to him. Come on, you gotta get out. How much harassment can you do in this case? I'm just gonna start fishing, building up a tower. It's all gonna be good. There's some poking damage. Villager just taking more and more hits as we go. There it is. Khan is gonna go away, take the sheep back home, at least as he scouts the spawn on Wam's side. I'll probably see those that exposed gold. It's going to be pretty important, whereas LucifroNs are kind of tucked away a bit behind him.
Yeah, I love this combination for Wam going for a tower right next to the dock. He's playing against the Mongols, so he should know that there's a chance for the spearmen to harass the dock, so he needs a tower. But if you go for a tower, you might as well go full commit and invest into it. And if he does, he's going to have 5 garrison spots in there, so might as well send out 5 villagers to get shorefish. Now, this is worrisome though. That's an exposed gold mine and he doesn't have enough for feudal age.
Yeah, there it is. It's already playing into it. You're going to have to pack up and go. And that's going to delay you even more. Going to give you more advantage for LucifroN, who has chosen to commit to land right now. Nothing set on the water just yet. So if he's able to poke around and delay Wam as much as he can, that's going to give him a pretty good boost in the early game, at least on the gold department, because fishing-wise, it's going to get out of hand very quick with the fish.
Yeah, luckily for LucifroN, he yoinked most of the sheep in here, so his food eco is also going to be alright, but as you said, this is a pretty big commitment from LucifroN. I'm just now noticing he's up to 8 spearmen, so this has to work out for LucifroN. If Wam finds a way to get that 50 gold he needs, then this investment might not come to fruition.
There's even more spearmen, and there's so many sheep that have been taken out in the meantime. Wam is going to move back to the gold, get something out of it in the meantime, and knowing that his opponents are a bit too busy dealing with his Khan, who's kind of taking them on a bit of a road trip around the Holy Island. Just take a look at it from the outside, but another opportunity for LucifroN. He knows that there was a lot dedicated to that dock area, and with only 1 tower, it might not be enough once you're getting under it. Look at that burn damage going down, and how much can you do with your spears before it gets too much? Khan is going down 1/2 HP. Tower is close to half itself. All the villas have to evac and quickly get back in. Only a couple left on that building to heal up. Drop out, go back in for a bit of HP, and then fall back. More spearmen are going to rejoin the fight, and the tower is just being constantly healed up. This might be too much dedication here for LucifroN, because the tower, that's not going down anytime soon. Vils are being pulled in even to try to help. Vils then jump out on the other side. This is so frustrating to see, but Wam's micro is winning it out for him here. The tower is staying up, and it's doing work. More and more spears are going down. Torch damage is not enough, and the Khan will go down to Lida. That is a lot of damage.
That was some crazy Age of Empires that we've witnessed over there. I thought Wam was gonna pull the villagers out of desperation, but the micro was just insane. And he danced around long enough to just grind down those spearman numbers, keeps the tower alive, kills the Khan. Now he even secures the sheep in there, and while he was doing this, he also got the gold for Feudal Age, so he's gonna be up to Feudal, and look at that. Those yellow sheep just trying to get away out there. Wam trying to yoink at least one of them from the back of the bunch. But it looks like slow and steady, the sheep will get back home. Big punch on the eco of Wam though. He has had a lot of idle time on those villagers, and he also lost quite a few.
So in the end, might just be an equal trade. But in the meantime, despite the fact that LucifroN was fighting under that tower and still losing, he was able to pull a couple of fields away to get those docks en route. So trying to compensate for the lost, I guess, the loss in eco so far. More spearmen and poking it at that tower, but that's less than half that what was around, just taking down vills or trying to rush them down. Bit of damage done to it, but the moment you're close to the tower, you get back in and you're going to survive. Keeping in mind also, Wam did lose, I think, 3 or 4 vills through that, plus the extra time that it took to pull them away from your TC to the docks and try to get some damage done there. So it's pretty difficult to tell how much eco damage has already gone down, because LucifroN now is ahead in eco, which is pretty surprising given how things have gone down.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mix of everything, because we had Wam fishing for quite a while. He also had villagers on shorefish, which are very effective. That's not something that we had for a long time for LucifroN. But then again, Wam had a lot of idle time, had a lot of villagers lost as well. I'm not sure how consistent his food eco was when his tower was pressured, so maybe he also had some town center idle time. And that's part of the reason why he's now down by 8 eco. But he's up to Feudal Age, and LucifroN is just now working his way up.
Yeah, you just don't want to see that eco not just land, but now with extra fishing eco for LucifroN, plus the age up, really just snowball out of control. Wam, in the meantime, is just going to be chasing away those spearmen, at least luring them away from that TC, just so there's no more pressure on that gold. There you go, Feudal Age in for LucifroN, and at least now it's only a 6 vil difference, with more and more being put down on the water side, but there's a ship trying to do some damage and hitting that vil close to dying. He's going to run away to that nearest dock and tank a bit of damage. Things have gotten a bit quiet as we're now really entering our Feudal Age.
Now the worrisome detail here for Wam, rather, is that he took a big punch in the stomach with that aggression towards his food eco. He also was slowed down towards gold. So you see, he has limited map presence. He's got 1 archer and a Khan, that's all. Whereas on the other side, LucifroN is playing with a silver 3. So if Wam cannot contest the map, LucifroN will get away with trade over here, and that can easily snowball the game.
So what will you attempt to do now? Khan is going to be able to scout about and see the trade being put together here by LucifroN. And spearman still up, nothing much outside of the water. Like, there's not much combat happening in the water itself. So both of the players are just trying to get their ecos masked up. And after that, what do you do with the poking and prodding? We're already seeing an archer out, so that might be the next reaction for Wam. Let's try to map some archers. Difference is, LucifroN in the last game kept those archers hidden until midway through it, and now that archer has been exposed, and probably the strategy is going to be read in by LucifroN. Yes, I have spears, now you have archers, you directly counter me. What am I going to need to bring out to deal with you?
Yeah, that's a great point indeed. That by going for that 1 archer and showing that to LucifroN now knows that there is an archer range in play, and he already has a horseman on the field to deal with that. So the element of surprise isn't really there for Wam, and that's going to make it much more difficult to contest the trade, because Wam wanted to go with the horseman plus archer combination, but the archer has been scouted out, and there will already be horsemen for LucifroN. And if both the players are committing heavily to horsemen, the player with the much stronger eco will win, and right now that's LucifroN.
Yeah, and actually, just to double down on that point, it's a 12 vil lead. That is massive. Look at that connection also as they're getting close to that holy island. It's called the Holy Island because there's just so many dead seamen that are around it. They just constantly die from random explosive ships that kind of show up on the shores. No dedication to it. At least Wam is happy that he's safe on the water. That's something where he can focus his eco on it. But you always have to worry about later on in the game, will that be a weakness that'd be easy to exploit by LucifroN?
Yeah, I think the discrepancy in the economies can now be seen on the overall resource income per minute as the Khan gets picked off by the cavalry. Big loss over there. Archers will also get sniped down. Beautiful focus fire here by LucifroN.
The archers all going down. This is really not pretty. There's no reason for the Lancers to focus on anything other than the archers. That's massive dedication here. And there isn't even enough momentum for Wam to continue chasing off the Cav back to base because there's a couple of spears that were spotted. You can't even do anything against the trade that's happening. It's just Wam trying to react to what LucifroN is putting down, at least on the ground level, not on the sea.
I feel like there is a snowball beginning to roll over here. The resource income is already much better for LucifroN. He can match the numbers of Wam over here. He's once again going to yoink the archers, opening up the playing field for the spearmen to arrive. On the water, it's an even trade, but behind this, LucifroN has 4 traders about to bring in a new batch of gold.
Those traders are going to do so much to him. Now they're a bit slowed down, but that difference is going to be pretty stark here. Look at that focus. Again, the micro from LucifroN, allowing him to pick off the archers because you want to avoid critical mass. Once Wam is able to put a lot of archers on the field, let's say a dozen plus, then you can actually one-shot your opponent's units, and you can easily keep that ball rolling. But now you have to contend with the fact that you don't have enough troops on there. You also don't have enough troops on the water side because look at the amount of ships that LucifroN has been able to pull in. 5 in total. He's sniping off what little economy Wam had left, and his food income has now slashed down to less than half of what LucifroN is making up.
This is looking very grim for Wam right now. He's losing his fishing eco as well. Trying to get a demo going, but that's not gonna work out either. On land, he's falling behind. On water, same thing. And there it is. He's going to call the GG, and LucifroN showing why he's one of the best players of Golden League 2 so far, taking a very decisive 2-0 win over Wam.
That was pretty fast. I gotta say, even faster than our first map in the series, just because you have the added impact of what do you do when there's so much water. Wam's idea was, I am going to dedicate myself more to it. The save under the tower was beautiful. Beautifully executed micromanagement. Very good. It forced LucifroN to throw way too many resources at it. But that inflection point was supposed to turn into something else, an advantage for Wam, where he could dedicate more on the water. But at the same time, LucifroN kept raiding his back lines. Villagers and the count started going more and more to LucifroN's sides, and the eco at some point, it's just, you're going to run away with it. Add to that the little trade, because at some point we're having 3 or 4 caravans. That is a lot of extra cash that you can rely on, where you don't need to dedicate as many villagers onto actually getting gold. You can put them on docks. You can put them on focusing on food. It just gives you more flexibility. LucifroN overall doing a fantastic job.